Hi.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And on Instagram and Ravelry, you can find me as Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou.
And I'm cpredmor on Ravelry on Instagram when I post, and I haven't been posting lately because we haven't been sailing, but we will be sailing from January 3rd to the 15th. What's the matter?
And I haven't posted, I had been posting the advent calendar. I will finish taking those photos because all of that stuff I left here over the holiday,
and
then now it's in the car. I'll bring it up to the apartment tonight, and I will take those photos and post those to finish out that set, because I know some people really like seeing what was in the different advent calendars. Sorry if you're one of those people, and
I was holding on breathlessly.
Yeah, the holiday just got away from us.
Yes,
we're in that in-between period between Christmas and New Year's where you're not sure what day it is. You're just eating. There's an internet meme going around that says December 1st through 25th. Presents, parties, yay! 26th through 30th. What day is today? I'm still eating cheese. Why am I eating cheese? Did I eat a vegetable today? We are in that time period.
Yes.
Tomorrow is the 30th. And then we have
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. But I keep calling Christmas, even though Christmas was on Wednesday, I keep calling that the weekend because
it
was the holiday, and then I keep on calling New Year's as it's coming up the weekend, even though today is Sunday.
Yeah.
Next year's going to be so lovely with it being actually on a weekend.
Maybe. Traffic will be worse driving home.
Yes, well.
Traffic wasn't bad driving home.
No, it wasn't.
And let's see, Vogue is coming up. So if you're going to Vogue Knitting Live in New York, that is January 16th. We will be arriving home from a sailing holiday at midnight on the 15th or 1 a.m. on the 16th. And so I will have to get home, get to bed, and get up early in the morning, grab my pre-packed bag, and get into Vogue because I have a class at 9 a.m. on January the 16th.
Yeah. So I guess we'll talk about it, what we're going to do when we go downstairs with the boys.
Or when you're coming back to change cars. That'll be better.
On the new year. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Okay.
Your father is now all head up about the party. So I would cool your jets.
Okay. Well, yeah, he was like, "Oh, are you taking both cards back with you today?"
Very confused.
No, we're
very
not.
Confused. But
that's okay.
He's kind of a happy confusion.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the area today because we went. Ben and I went to the comic book shop. I do not have the comics with me to show you all that I got, but the comic book shop was having their annual sale.
Oh my!
So I did get a whole bunch. I got the rest of the Harley Quinn Black Label series. That is really good. It's also like one of those that like you read it issue by issue, but I read them in the trades. So like I read it section by section, and I give it time to like absorb and really process because it's beautifully done, and it's also just beautifully written. So I got those two, so that finishes that out. I picked up some of my hold list, which was some Lady Mechanicas that I had missed somehow. Apparently they came out like one right after the other, like 1 month right after each other, after the last big one. So 4 and 5 came out like right after 3, but 3 was the one that like everyone was talking about because like that one was the bigger one, and he usually doesn't do that. That's why I was shocked that I had missed them. But I have them now. And then I picked up a single issue of a the new Green Lantern that was recommended to me. So I think you might actually, from what he said, you might like it too. So I'll bring it by.
Okay.
I picked up the second Shuri, which is Black Panther. And I love the Shuri series because it's about Black Panther's little sister, who is the tech whiz, and she's great. And then I picked up 2 books, 2 volumes of Isabel, which is a like Japanese Celtic thing. I've read like a few pages of it just to see it. As I said, there was a sale, and I was really interested in it. So it came home. And then we got a gift for a friend, or we got 2 gifts for friends. And so we did go. And we went to the tea shop.
Oh, you went to the tea shop. Very nice.
It's lovely. Love going to the tea shop. Yes, and then Christmas was great.
Good.
I got new boots. I'm wearing them. I won't stick my foot in front of the camera.
I would.
I love them. They're wonderful.
They are water resistant.
They're like waterproof.
Probably down to about 50 feet, but...
Well, they're waterproof up to the zipper.
Yes.
And then they're water resistant. They say they're water resistant and waterproof except for the zipper. And they've got really nice rubber soles on these ones. And
so they're good for walking around New York.
Yeah. And they'll be good for rain and all that, which is why I'm wearing them today. I'm also trying to wear them in a little bit because they are...
Brand new.
Brand new. Oh my God,
Brand
I'm so happy.
spanking new.
I know. It was very cute. I wore other boots to Christmas, and my father knew that they had bought me boots. So he complimented me on those, to which I said, no, these are the wrong boots. And he goes, oh, okay. So then I opened up my boots, and I was like, these are the boots you were supposed to compliment. He goes, oh. It was very...
sad.
It was very dad. Sad. It was very dad.
Very, very.
But yeah, so I got those, and I got an Airbnb gift card from Nana, which was lovely, because we use Airbnb quite often.
Mm-hmm.
Because we found that when we go away with friends, we like to go out to eat, but we also like to be able to make food ourselves, so having the kitchen is really nice.
Which is why I like residence inns.
Right, because...
And they're not everywhere.
Right.
Right.
And also, yeah, they're not everywhere, and also... They can be more expensive for multiple people. We like,
I don't know, maybe the security, maybe the fact that it's not there's someone there.
Yeah.
But, it's all different things.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
And what did you get for Christmas?
I got a Roku from her. And it's not the talking one.
No.
So that my husband with his little tinfoil hat is very happy.
Yes.
And from my nieces and nephew, I got BritBox and Acorn, and I am tearing up them both. I've been having so much fun. I love murder mysteries.
British murder mysteries.
Particularly. Cozy or not, really doesn't matter. And actually, I've watched on Netflix, I've watched some from Stockholm. I've watched some from France.
Sniffer.
Sniffers from Estonia. Yeah. Yeah, I watched the end of Sniffer. I've gone all through Sniffer.
I'm not shocked.
Yes. So, anyway.
Did you check out and see if there were more seasons of Shetland?
No. I have been busy. I'm watching Tommy and Tuppence now. And your father, it's hard for him to make nasty comments because it's an Agatha Christie. And we know that she was just great. So, and the woman Francesca... Oh, she played on Masterpiece Theater. She played the mistress of one of the princes of Wales, Victoria's son, Prince Edward. Anyway, she was one of his mistresses, one of the most popular one. Anyway, and Francesca, I can't remember Francesca's name. Anyway, she's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm watching Tommy and Tuppence, and I think I only have 2 or 3 more of those to watch. There are actually 2 versions on Acorn.
Ah.
Yes, I'm going to watch both.
Okay.
Kind of like the Father Brown.
I will join you in watching the newer Father Browns. The older ones, I can't do it.
The accent's difficult.
The accents, but also, as Ben mentioned, it sounds like the sound, like the microphone, is over in the box in the corner.
It probably was. And they really do very strong regional accents in the very early ones.
Yeah.
And we're all, and unlike Netflix where we have it set to closed caption, I don't know
we can look at it before
if we can get closed caption for these things, that would be fine.
It'd be better.
Then we can read what they're saying.
Yeah. Are you okay?
No, I burst an eye vessel.
Okay. Sorry, I just looked at my mother in the eye. Yeah. No, it's the other one.
It's this one.
No, it's this one.
This one went today?
Yeah. It's bad.
Well, yeah. I've been to the doctor about not this particular one. I go during the week when they happen, and they don't worry about it.
Sorry, I haven't looked in my mother's eyes.
It's one here.
Yeah, there's a little one, but now that one just went.
Oh, well.
Sorry for that little medical interlude. I just got slightly concerned for my mother's well-being.
It's fine. I've been told it's fine.
Okay.
These things happen.
Oh, okay.
May I quote the doctor? These things happen.
Ah, great. I'm so excited to look forward to this.
Yes. And they only started happening to me in my 60s. I actually had a student.
So it'll happen to me, what, in my 40s probably?
Knowing her?
Yeah. Okay.
I had a student in my class who it happened to him. I thought he'd been in a fight and gotten clocked. He goes, no, I just woke up like this. I go, oh my God, that happens to me. So we bonded. He actually started talking to me after that.
Good.
Yes, yes. So sometimes there's real camaraderie with these healthcare issues, as you all know. Anyway, I am working on my mittens. Did I bring the other one up? Probably not.
I was going to say, did you finish anything this week?
I finished one mitten. And the finished one is downstairs. Anyway, I'm working on the second one, and I'm actually starting to decrease at the top. Now, the one I finished downstairs was done to the pattern that is a free pattern on Ravelry. And I decided that, one, I'm putting buttonholes by the index fingers, because when I use my phone, I don't use my thumbs. I use my index fingers. I understand if you're younger, you use your thumbs, but you could do the same thing with your thumbs. You could put buttonholes on the thumb or in the thumb, and the thumb would still stay warm, but you could pull the thumb out and do what you have to do on your phone.
It's like my little thumb caps on my...
Exactly. But on my mittens, I'm actually doing buttonholes where the
index
finger goes. Oh my gosh. I haven't made a tunnel in here yet. So there's my buttonhole right there. And in my present mittens, it works really well. And what I'll do is when these are done, I'll fill these with water and then stick my hand in so that there will be a channel for my hand. Now, I am altering the pattern, and in fact, I may put it out as my own pattern because I'm putting the buttonhole in, I'm extending the cuff, I'm extending the size of the mitten. So basically changing
almost all of the features.
Almost all the things. And then I also decided to use fluff that's colored. So it's colored.
Multicolored yarn.
With my multicolored yarn. And it means that you really don't see the thrums on the outside. So if you didn't want to make a pattern with your Thrummed mittens, getting fluff
that matches your yarn means that it blends right in. And I think that's pretty cool because you might not want to make a pattern all the time. On the other hand, I've got an idea for a pattern that I want to test out, so I may be making another pair of mittens. Oh my goodness.
We'll see. But I have an idea of how you can use these thrums to make some really cute pictures on your mittens, and it would be really cute for kids. So anyway, I will finish this mitten tonight. I have to say that I've been a slug this week. We were away. We were down at my mom's for Christmas, and I did almost no knitting. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I guess it was because I was still getting over that ridiculous bronchitis, cold, whatever. My voice is fine now.
Out of us.
My voice is fine now. I'm not coughing. I'm feeling great. But I was exhausted. And the other thing is that I drive the 6+ hours down and I drive the 6+ hours back because Richard gets numbness in his legs. And then not only are they numb, but then they hurt. And then
he gets squiffy about me driving. I don't know why. It's my car. He gets squiffy about it.
Between the driving down and back in 3 days, and the fact that I was still getting over things, and there's just so much hoo-ha going on. I was exhausted. I'm not complaining, just was. So instead of knitting, I slept. Yes. So I got Acorn, I got BritBox, I got a Roku, I got a folding bicycle. Yes! And that's the other thing. I rode 2 miles on my bicycle, so that'll do it to you too. Got a folding bicycle. It's a Dahan D8, or someone called it a date. It's a Mariner, and the plan was to get it. I have to order a carrier for it. And I think I'm going to get both a light bag to just put it on our boat. And then I want to get a transport box so that if we go away for more than 2 weeks anywhere and be in like one location, that I could take, take it on the plane.
I was going to say that could be a checked bag.
Yes. It needs to be a hardcover bag.
Yeah.
So I won't have it in time for Antigua, which is where we're going on the 3rd. But I have the sit in a chair and pedal your little heart out thing that I got from my mother. So I plan to pack that.
Oh my
Absolutely. God. My knees have to move.
Okay.
And I don't have the hard pack. I can ask you and Ben to investigate getting a hard pack for the bike.
He already had some suggestions.
Well, a regular suitcase.
Set him on it. You could set him on it.
I've been told that a Samsonite Flight, F-Lite, is a 30-inch bag, but is deep enough to accept that bike. And that would be great. Because then you could pack underwear and stuff around it, a bathing suit, just socks. And then I can carry my yarn in the carry-on.
Yes.
So, anyway, the bicycle is really exciting. And I'm very, very, very excited about that. Let's see. So I got that was from my mom. She gave me money, plus I had money from my retirement party. So that was that. Rich and I are giving each other the trip to Antigua. So
Ben and I are giving each other the trip for the wedding in Finland. So.
Right. So anyway,
I also got him a comic book and he got me a board game. So
that's sweet. So Christmas was really nice, and as I said, I'm working on this mitten.
But you also got another gift.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's here on our list of things to talk about because she forgot to talk about it last week.
The knitting collection. This is a 3-volume binder series. And binder 1 is all about how to design things. It is truly amazing. It's the thinner one.
No, it's here.
Okay. So binder 1... this one, and they have little tabs. It's knitting know-how, finishing and trims, adapting and designing, folk knitting, and then it has a stitch and pattern directory, and then it has international pattern knitting for your men, knitting larger sizes, easy fashion. There's 3 volumes to this, and I wasn't sure what it was going to be like until I went through it. It's a treasure. Anyway, I think this was gotten up at the antique show in Brimfield, Massachusetts.
Who gave it to you?
One of our patients. Who is a quilter. And she is an antiquer. And they go to Brimfield twice a year. Now, Brimfield is 3 times a year. They go twice a year. These are not new.
No.
So I'm thinking that she got them at Brimfield. And I've already written the thank you note.
Good.
So this is very exciting. So I'm working on finishing the mittens, which will be done tonight. I will write up the new pattern. I will have Rachel look at it. And that way I can use both the free pattern that I got from Ravelry and then we can hand out this pattern from us when we teach. And we're going to be teaching the Thrummed mittens at the Big Apple Knitters Guild in October. It's scheduled for October 4th, which is a Sunday. So if any of you belong to the Big Apple Knitters Guild and are there, we'll see you there. I understand it's going to be at a Vera Bradley store. This could be trouble. This could be big trouble. Oh well. So this should be a lot of fun. So yes, we have New Year's Eve on Tuesday where we have a party, and I've made up the menu, and I've got a list of lots of. I'm going to be buying a lot. I think the only thing I'm making is the chicken itself. And the ribs.
Good.
Yeah.
I think that's the healthy life choice.
I think so too. And we're going to have pigs in a blanket, which are fine because I can eat those. I think I had a problem with something that I ate at our friends in Maryland.
So
I think that's what the pain was.
Well, I had issues yesterday, so I don't know.
Well, and then I had a headache, and I think that might have been from the spices in what you all had.
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't know till you eat it.
Yeah.
But I recognize that headache. So, but the pain was from I ate something that really was not progressing well.
Could have been the mirin. But we didn't put much in.
No, this started hurting before lunch.
No, I mean the headache.
Oh, the headache. Well, we're not going to worry about that. We're not worrying about that.
No.
So anyway, enough healthcare issues. The other thing that I've gotten, can we talk about this?
Well, do you want to talk about what I finished?
Go ahead.
She's taking over today.
I am.
So I finished my As If tee.
Oh, yes.
So it's done. It needs ends woven in, but it's done. It's so pretty.
I think it's very fancy.
It's pretty fancy. It's got some sparkles in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some sparkles.
And the top.
And the top, the mohair.
Yes.
So I wanted to finish it because I wanted to use the silver in the Engle by, oh my goodness, I just lost it. By Boylan Knitworks by Caitlin Hunter. So I'm thinking that my main body, I don't need all of this yarn for it, but I'm thinking the main body is going to be in 1600 pen.
Nice.
I'm going to do the, darker detailing, outlining with this, which I might not have enough yarn for, but I think Cheryl still carries it. And if not, I think you have some of it, maybe?
What?
Party Angel?
I have no idea.
Well, you've got something similar.
Okay.
So this, because it's a little sparkly, and then this will be the background to the medallions that show up. So what I'm talking about is...
And the boys are doing internet work here, meaning they're going to try to rejigger our internet. So.
AKA, my father did something to the internet. My boyfriend showed up and said, maybe you should do it this way. And now he is explaining why my father should do it this way and the pros and cons of it.
So hopefully we'll be able to post this tonight.
Yeah. So this is the sweater that we're talking about.
That's really pretty.
This is the Engle. So this will be the 1600 pen. Then the dark color will be the Party Angel, which is the black with sparkles. And then the white will be, or the pinky white will be the gray. And then the pink will be this blurple kind of color, which is Sleepless by Asylum Fibers. The only thing that I wanted to talk to you about, that is at a 3 3/4 stitch to the inch gauge.
What size needle? 15?
That says 6s.
No way.
So this, the mohair, is at 5.5 stitches to the inch on a 7.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to
I'd have to go up to a 10. As per math, I would have to go up to a 10.
Yeah.
My question is...
That's going to be a really holy sweater.
I mean, it's super large. Like, you can see it's really large gauge in the picture. My question is, do I go down a size or 2 and maybe only go up to, go to maybe 4.5 stitches per inch?
I think you do what we do and maybe knit a larger size on the smaller needle. Do you know what I'm saying?
Knit a smaller size or knit a larger, Yeah, do the stitch.
Yeah, because...
So what you're saying is, do we like that gauge?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so we've decided, I'm about to text Tonya this because I had this whole discussion with her yesterday. We're going to do it at 5.5 stitches to the inch because I also was feeling really hesitant about it. I think it's also because her mohair is probably a bit thicker.
Yes, it does look like.
Because I think she uses, she's not using a mohair, she's using a Surrey, which is fluffier. She's using a Surrey alpaca. Okay, I'm glad we talked this out. I am
because that would be really very much open weave.
I'm telling Tonya this so that I remember this later as well.
You generally like a sweater like I like, and it means having a sweater that has, where's the body?
Yeah.
That has a body that you're not going to see through.
Yeah, I mean, this I'm going to have to wear a tank top or something under anyways, and I already know that. But I do want more of a fabric to it, and I think it's also the fact that I'm working with a different...
Yeah, I understand that. And this you wouldn't have to wear something under
that
if
I won't.
If it was in a warmer time.
Well, and this I won't because it's made so that you can wear it with a strapless undergarments. But I'm saying the Engle. I know I will have to wear it over something.
Right. Because it's more of a utilitarian type sweater. It's not a fancy dress sweater.
I think it might look pretty fancy.
Well, let's see when it gets done.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to wear it anyways because it's me. But
yes, with sparkle and with the colors, it could be fancy dress. You're right. Yeah.
I do like...
You're right.
Like this. Okay. I'm glad that I brought this up because I was having some significant issues.
I think you want it to have a body.
Yeah, but it's going to be more like that. Like, it's going to be an open body. Because it's just the nature of the mohair.
Which is fine, but you don't want it big as windows.
Right, I want it... Right.
Right.
I can understand knitting it at the 3 3/4 stitch gauge. I can understand that. It's just not our preferred.
It's not. And that's what's nice about knitting.
Yes.
So what's nice about making your own clothes, whether they're sewing or knitting, is you can customize it to what you want. So,
I don't know when I'm going to start this, but it's probably going to be one of the first things I knit in 2020, just due to the fact that I really like it a lot. And I have the yarn, and I have it in stash.
That's always good.
That's really good. And it's also bend-friendly. So excellent. I really like making things that are bend-friendly. It's helpful, but also it just seems like it's going to be such a utilitarian kind of sweater, like to throw on over stuff.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be one that you're going to wear a lot.
Yeah. So speaking of plans for 2020,
when we get back, we're going to do a whips.
We're going to review our whips.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Well,
I hope to finish a few before we do that.
Me too.
Okay.
Well,
I'm going to Antigua with me.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to, so Brown Girl Knits, I believe, is who started the Stash Down 2020.
Already?
Like, to get you set up for it.
And who is it?
I'm looking it up. It's from Brown Girl Knits. And she is... So she has Stash Down 2020, and her rules are inventory your yarn before January 1st.
Okay.
Done. Pick patterns to go with your yarn and make a list. I have a lot of that in my queue already.
Right.
3, knit from that list all year. That is going to be part of mine as well. So essentially what I'm trying to say is I'm going to try and follow this. I'm going to let you know which rules I'm kind of modifying. But I'm going to try and do this because...
We've done this a lot this year.
We've done a lot on our queue this year, but I would like to get more of my queue done. There is a lot of new stuff coming out that is gorgeous and amazing, but there's still stuff that has been around for a few years that is still gorgeous and amazing, and I have yarn for it that I want to get done. So I think I want to make 2020 the year of actually getting stuff done and not as much instant gratification after a new pattern comes out. So then it's number 3 is knit from that list all year. And then it's a budgetary line of you get $30 a month for new yarn. Use it all at one time or break it up. I'm going to try and say that, but that does not include the subscription I already have to Nerd Girl because of... Just that has always been a part of my budget, and so this is just limiting the extraneous yarn budget, or the additional yarn budget.
And I find that I like the time that we have at Indie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just having a conversation with a friend of ours, we were texting back and forth, so a text conversation about Vogue. And I said, I've got classes every day, so I really don't think I'm going to be in the marketplace that much. And she says, yeah, says you now. And I said, I agree. I mean, I'm not saying that if I see something I like, that I'm definitely going to walk in the other direction. I don't make those kinds of rules.
No.
But as you can see from the uncategorized side, I really do want to work on that this week, but then I also have to paint the kitchen.
You mean, and by this week you mean tomorrow?
Paint the kitchen?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it just needs that one side done.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to have it all one color.
That's what I'm saying. It needs to be all one color.
It needs to be all one color. One coat, all one color. Then we can do the second coat when we get back.
Right.
So, if I see something, fine. If I don't see something, fine. But I generally, I know I have when I buy things, I buy sweater quantities. Mm-hmm. So, if it's somewhere between 14 and 2,000 yards, I probably have it here. So it really would have to be something special. Mm-hmm. And like this was indie I like because they get some very different people. Yeah. This was mustache yarn.
It was? No, it wasn't. Your socks were mustache.
My socks were. This is some stash.
Yeah.
So, usually I can't put a hand back there. You're right. This was from Stash.
Yeah, that was Stash.
This is from Vogue from 2 years ago.
I think so.
Yeah. I remember picking it up.
But yeah, so, and then the last one is that hers is you get 2 deal breakers. I've been talking with my friend Tonya, and we've decided that we get 1 deal breaker a quarter, so a total of 4 a year. You can use 2 in a row if you so choose, but you only have 4.
2 days at Indian Tangled?
No, like if you buy more yarn, like if you end up spending more on yarn, than you planned on, or like you needed it for this sweater that you love and yada yada, or 2 things that weren't on your queue or your list. That's what I think it means. We're upping that to 4 just because Tonya is a bit more fickle, and sometimes you really just want to knit something rules. You want to knit.
These are rules you're making for yourself.
As Gigi and Jasmine say on the Knitmores, these are arbitrary knitting rules.
Yeah. So, they're helping you give some
and I'm
structure to your life.
Right. And personally for myself, I'm not counting socks on my list, just because I tend to knit socks when I'm just so done with sweaters, which happens.
Well, it's also your subway knitting.
Yeah, it tends to be my subway knitting, just because it's become a lot busier on the trains, just by virtue of New York and it being a convenient way to travel. And
it's
just
winter, so it's better than walking.
Yeah, so socks or smaller things are easier to carry on the train, and pull out of my bag. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what I'm working on right now is the Local Roots socks, and oh my word, it looks so good.
It does.
It looks so good, and it looks so much better now that the pattern's right.
It does help.
It does. See, it doesn't
it looks great.
Yeah, it looks really good on camera. So this, as I said, is alpaca. It's a Andrea Mowry pattern, and I'm working on those. They're supposed to be slippers. I'm going to throw them in the wash to see how much they shrink, just to see what DK weight alpaca socks do. Might as well. But yeah, what I was saying for stash down is that's something I'm trying to do this year, and I am going to add whips into my, plan or my list. I'm going to probably map out tonight my, first 10, or at least, something from Q, this whip. Something from Q, this whip,
It also depends on what we're called upon. I did the socks and the gloves because we're going to be teaching, and they want pictures.
Right. And also I'm not counting the baby things that I have to knit, or I don't have to, but I have them to knit. Thank you. Yes. I couldn't think of the proper next word. Because they are small people who need knitted objects.
Yeah, but the next one I'm going to be doing is very involved.
Right. That one can go on your list. Yards. Yes, that one goes on your list. I think the exchange shawl cover blanket thing that I want to do for Jack and Jill. Oh, I just got that. That's adorable. My Jack and Jill. It just hit me. I now need to find a card appropriate.
Yes.
because she's going to be like, I've heard it all before, and be like, I don't care. But yeah, so that's one thing I'm doing, and I wanted to bring it up just because... I
think it's always good to say things like that.
Well, and I think it's a good intention.
And, we've made some strides with the whips.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And, and I also, before we go away, I'm hoping to finish the sweater that is the Vogue sweater.
Oh.
I'm on the sleeves.
Nice.
So...
You mean the untangled one?
Yes. So, except for the fact that I had to do socks and this, I would have finished that sweater. So that's going with me. The baby sweater's going with me, and I think that's about it. That and the baby sweater. If I finish it, then the baby sweater will be the only thing that goes with me.
So the other thing I finished is my Ursa. So, the body. One thing I did notice was that
so pretty.
I know. So I made it longer, and it looks a lot long. Like I made it as long as I make most of my cropped things, so that I can wear them with pants like that I wear to work. To me, it looks a lot longer and a lot larger than it is. I don't know. It's an optical illusion kind of thing, probably.
Have you looked at this mitten? I look at this and go, how can my hand be that big?
Yeah, I know.
But
the one thing I did notice is with the brioche at the hem, or the half brioche at the hem.
Yeah.
I did a stretchy bind off. I tried it on and it flared at the bottom. So then I had to do a non-stretchy bind off.
A semi-stretchy bind off?
It was a knit two together, knit two together, knit two together. Yeah, it was not, there is no extra.
Okay.
There's very little give.
Okay.
And that brought it in a lot. Which helped.
It's fine to get it on
and
and off.
It's fine to get it on and off.
Well, again, we alter the bind-offs that we do to fit the pattern.
But I'm really glad that I tried it on.
Yes.
And I did that before then, picking up the sleeves. And I now have 17 inches of sleeves to do. At least. And then I try it on.
It's your arms.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I should really say thanks sarcastically to Dad, because that's where that comes from.
Yes, it is. My father only had tiny arms.
I know,
and
he
I
did.
had tiny arms.
I know. So then, I am on the body of the test knit that I'm doing.
I love it.
It's so cool. I'm still, unsure, but, loving the combination of the yarn. Yeah, so... We've started on the detail on the side panels there. I'm really hoping it fits. Haven't tried it on yet. I'm going to get the body done and then I'll try it on because I just need to get it done.
Right.
But it's a beautifully written pattern. I think it's still set for release at the beginning of next year. So I do need to at least give her my comments. Which most were about how to form the epaulets, which she already has incorporated. Everything else has been extremely easy to do and extremely easy to follow.
Good.
Yeah, and I'm really pleased with it. I think it's going to be a little bit more open weave than I'm used to, but I think it'll still be fine to wear.
I think it looks fine.
Yeah, without any, extra layers.
What's the gauge?
I think it's 5.5, maybe 6.
Okay.
I think it's 5 3/4.
All right.
Actually. Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's lovely. This is out of a Villenvine alpaca. And the Ursa is made out of yak by my yak, the chunky. So those two things I've been working on. And then in the car, in the dark, I finished the first 2 stripes of the Nebbia. And I threw the other ball of yarn in my bag so I can start the 3rd stripe and knit on that in the car in the dark if that is what I'm going to be doing.
Excellent.
Also, if I had thought to bring some, if we go to the movies or anything, or if we watch movies, this will probably be my movie knitting for the next year and a half to, who knows, because as I said, this is on 3s.
My size
with
needles.
Sport weight yarn, but it's 300 and something stitches around for the smallest size.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll be really cozy and I think I'm gonna love it when it's done. But I am having a lot of fun right now finding that happy medium between fitted and and comfortable positive ease.
Positive, yes.
Because I really like my negative ease sweaters, but I found that I like my cabled sweaters most with the negative ease. Whereas like the plain sweaters and my plain stockinette sweaters, I'm happy either way. You know, it's more of a what is the style of the sweater. But if I'm looking at a cabled sweater, I definitely want it to have maybe an inch, maybe more of negative ease so that those cables really accentuate.
Interesting.
Just something I've noticed over the past few days.
I happen to like very little positive ease.
See, but I think it's also just because of my shape. If I crop it, say with this Shifty, it's not super positive ease.
No.
But it's enough that I don't have to keep fussing with it.
Right.
And then it just lays just right.
No, that's lovely.
I also just love this sweater. This has become, as I
predicted. You were so concerned about those color combinations.
I know. It's my throw it on and just wear a sweater. Like, oh, it's so comfy.
Oh, and I also got what I'm wearing for Christmas.
Oh, yes.
This is a new sweatshirt that I got, which is from Plaza Construction, from my daughter.
Yeah.
So I do have a sweater on underneath.
Yes.
Fond memories, but
yes. So yeah, those are the things that I'm working on, and I think I'm going to try very hard to be much more intentional with my knitting, and trying to actually follow the stash down kind of guidelines. I actually wrote them out on a little card, and I have them on my desk at work.
Oh, nice.
Also to kind of remind myself, because when something at work is like either not going right or just like it's not, just something isn't fully clicking, I'll take a minute or two and I'll end up on Ravelry or trying to plan out a sweater, usually. And I think having those little, that card with the rules on it will really help, just in the...
Looking at your queue.
Yeah. To look at my queue more, and maybe to also be more intentional with maybe buying from D-Stash more. And, you know, because that's usually a bit more cost effective. Also, then you can find stuff that's out of discontinued. Sorry, not out of stock, but discontinued, which is strangely a lot of things I'm looking for, which is the alpacas and the yak and, you know, the alternative to sheep fibers, just because I am trying to knit more of those types of sweaters just so that I can wear them
when Ben's around.
When Ben is around more. And I can knit with them more. I had
someone send me a note saying, I noticed you have such and such from cephalopod.
Oh, that's cold dead hands.
Could I get one of them? I went, no.
That's cold dead hands.
I have a sweater's quantity. And I need all of that for a sweater. So thank you I appreciate the fact that you like the same color I did. But no, I'm not. And that's one of the problems, I think, with putting your stash up on Ravelry.
No.
Is that people actually go through. This is the second time I've had someone say, because none of mine says will sell or trade.
But also, that's not part of the problem. You happen to be someone who does hold on to things, and, you know, there are people who will let go of it. So I think that's part of the joy of it, because sometimes people forget what's in their stash.
Oh.
You tend to remember more of your stash than most people.
Yes.
But that's also, I have actually reached out to people who haven't had it on for trade or sale.
Oh, really?
And if they haven't been active in a while, or it's been in their stash for a number of years, that's how I got the Verdant Griffin, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I got that, because I needed an extra skein of the blue for that sweater that I'm knitting, for the Nebbia, because I only had 3. And I had one of each color, and I was like, well, if I can find a D-stash of one of the colors, that'll be the main color.
Anyway.
And I did. But that's, I think, a pro of Ravelry, because, you know, sometimes people forget that they have it in their stash, and if they're really not going to use it, then might as well.
I can see that. All of my stuff, though.
They were shooting their shot. And
they were trying.
Which is good. And they
were trying. Unfortunately, yes, it just takes me a while to knit through.
Right.
The sweater quantities. Oh, I know what it was.
What?
It was the pink and gray and white that I have up there. It's from Neighborhood.
No.
Flannel pajamas.
Flannel pajamas from Dragonfly, because I got that for you for Christmas one year.
Yes. Well.
Yeah.
And it's intended for a sweater.
Yes.
And anyway.
Yes.
I said no. And the other thing, I am SOS, which is, I can't remember what that stands for on Harry Potter. But basically, standby.
Student on sabbatical.
Right. I don't know. Can you be 2 semesters in a row on sabbatical?
I think so.
That's good. Because this is just too crazy at the moment. And then when it starts again in May, I'm going to be doing physical therapy.
Yeah.
So, I think. So we'll see. So now can we talk about Vogue Knitting?
Now we can talk about Vogue Knitting.
So the Vogue magazine came, and I found some things in there that I love. So this is the new magazine. And
I love the styling of the cover this
year. This gorgeous
one. It's just so classic.
They said, I got a note in my email saying they had a new Vogue Knitting app and to go and download it. Mine didn't change, so apparently it's not all that new. But it immediately downloaded this. I'm like, whoa, nice. I will have a magazine when I get home. How cool is that? Look, 2 luxury knitting retreats, north with Ireland and south with Ireland. If we could go. Anyway, I'm going to go right to the back, because at the back are the 2 sweaters that I really like.
They're all beautiful.
But look at these. Look at that. I love that. I might make it even longer as a tunic. And I do like this. I've tried several times to make white sweaters. And then when I finish them,
ecru.
I know. I don't like them. So I'm thinking that pattern would be nice. But now I'll go through and show you what's in here. They're advertising the Vogue Knitting Live in New York. It looks like there's going to...
That was Arnie and Carlos's destination one.
Right, but there it is.
Yep.
The destination one, they had weaving. And I'm sorry I got short stopped by the weaving loom. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that dress. Or tunic. That is gorgeous. I love that. Anyway, what else? Then they have an article on a flock of our own. There's a really cool Meg Swanson article about making sweaters into A-line swings.
Yes.
Because that's what she wears. And she says, I took this pattern and I just made it an A-line. And I love it.
Yeah.
Then they had some very large needle.
Very big pops of color.
And large gauge.
Which is lovely.
Which is fine. Then, look at this. The built environment.
Oh.
Look at that.
Who's that by? Georgia Farrell.
Really pretty. This is called, I don't know.
No.
Easy. No, it is easy. Does it have a name? It's number 5. And then this, I think if you want a fairly fast, oversized sweater, that looks gorgeous. Yeah. I love the patterning on it. It looks like it's got columns of stockinette.
With a broken rib, kind of. It looks like a 3x1 broken rib, 3 purl to 1 knit.
And they have this one they're calling the grandfather.
I kind of love it, though.
And then there's this one. Also very pretty. Yeah. This is, nice, solid sweater. I mean, it's got some very interesting stitches.
I think it's a linen stitch.
It certainly does look like it. Very interesting.
The gradient's beautiful. It looks time intensive because I think that's also linen stitch. Look at those.
Closureless cardigan. It's very different.
But look at that. It looks
it looks like a linen stitch. You're right. Then we go into Intarsia.
And that looks fun. I think it'd be really nice with a I would wear it with a different color palette.
I was going to say that. This is not my color choice, but
I can see it in grays.
I could too. I could see it in blues. I could see it in purples. I could see it in a lot, but not these colors. But that's just me.
But I think it's beautiful.
And then we have this. This is a capelet. And I love the intricacy of it. I don't know that I would wear a capelet.
I love that center panel, though.
I do. I like the design.
I might take that center panel and put it on a sweater.
Yeah.
Or take that whole...
And make this the sleeve.
Yeah.
You could easily change that over. A really pretty shawl. Yeah. And then another capelet that has some very pretty patterning in it.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then a very nice, very light lace sweater.
Beautiful.
Really pretty. And then this is a big cardigan with the cables. And then we go to the two that I really liked. If I can get them open.
Yeah.
This one that says the Herald, and this one that they call Topiary. And it looks like they both have extra large sizes with them because it says size plus.
Nice.
Nice.
So extended sizes.
So extended sizes, yes. So these will go into my queue at some point. That's beautiful. I really like this one.
That's very you. That sleeve detail.
Yes. It's
We're
gorgeous.
A sucker for a real good sleeve detail.
And cables.
Yeah.
We really are. So anyway, we do a lot out of our queue, but then you see something like the brioche cardigan jacket, and you just gotta have it.
Yeah.
You gotta have it. And even that was half at a stash.
Yeah.
So, you do your best. Mm-hmm. What else, my dear?
I think that's all for today. Okay. I have all of these things that I want to knit, but they're not getting done as fast as I want them to because I'm trying to be monogamous or monogamous.
Well, I find that being monogamous, I actually get things done.
I do actually get things done. Which is
means
why
then they get finished.
I'm trying not to cast on anything new before the new year so that I can hopefully have the Ursa done. I'm thinking maybe I can get the Ursa done in a day and a half and wear it for New Year.
Oh, how cool.
Or I wear it with the sleeves on holders.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
And you're going upstate.
I am.
So
yeah. We're not doing anything.
You're not going to an outside party.
No.
So you could do that.
Yeah.
So I've actually been very intentional with these mittens tonight because I've actually weighed the fluff.
Wow.
So I know that for one mitten, all I need is 12 grams of fluff.
Wow.
I'm pretty pleased as punch over that. So that if someone uses more than that, they're making their thrums too big.
So now you know for when we teach.
Yes.
We could give them 15 grams, just so that it's easier to
I could just say bring
15 grams.
15 grams, and then they can choose the color.
Yeah.
Yes. So, my mitten is still going. I need to get down to 7 stitches on both needles. And instead of doing, help.
3 needle bind off.
I'm not doing a Kitchener. I'm turning it to the inside.
And doing a 3 needle.
And 3 needle purl bind off.
Mm.
So, because it does extend past my fingers, I'm not going to feel the ridge. And I'm getting a very clean edge.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that in my pattern too.
I actually, on my, as if I did a 3 needle bind off on the inside, but I did it as a knit because I just did it. So you do see a seam there, but it feels much more sturdy to me.
Yeah.
Especially for the top of a shoulder, where you're going to hang all of the weight of the sweater. So.
Good plan.
Yes.
So that's the state of the art. We will do a whip review when we get back, which is going to be, well, we will be doing when we actually get back. We will be together at Vogue.
Yes.
And we'll be doing our programs from Vogue. And I think the week after that, we may get our act together to do our whips.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll do our best.
That weekend is a bit packed right now. But we'll see.
Because that's your birthday.
Because I turned 30.
Yes. No, but you're not going away that weekend.
I'm not going away that weekend.
No.
We're going away in February.
That's what I thought.
Instead of having a whole bunch of different birthdays that we all have to go to, a bunch of my girlfriends and I decided to all go away.
One destination
for a long
birthday.
weekend together because it'll just be fun. And we haven't done that in a little while. We did it for a few years where they would all come here, actually, to New York. But we haven't done it in a few years, so we decided for our 30th we would do it.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So anyway, we will be podcasting from Vogue probably twice, at least twice.
At least.
And give you an update on the classes and other things, and then we'll get to these whips.
Yeah, because I don't think we're doing anything. I don't think we're planning on doing anything yet on the Thursday before, unless something comes up interesting.
What Thursday before?
Like the night of Thursday. You have classes on Thursday.
I have classes on Thursday. We'll be seeing how much I can stay awake since I will have flown in that morning.
Right. We decided not to go to the My Yak event just because it's downtown, whereas the Marriott is midtown. And Mom will have just flown in that night before. So we decided not to get tickets to that. I hear it's a great event every year.
I'm sure it's wonderful. But
maybe next year.
I'll probably be falling asleep.
Yeah.
At my dinner.
Probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'll come over. Don't have dinner without me.
Well, you're going to be there.
Well, I'll be walking over.
Right. I'm not going to have dinner without you.
Okay.
I have to get out of class.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Class
I have to walk across town, and who knows what they're going to try and pull that day.
Right. So, we'll be in touch. We'll
These boys.
Probably make dinner reservations.
Or we just go down to the hotel, like we usually do.
Yes. There's not that many people on Thursday.
No.
I think we'll be fine.
All right. We're just rambling at this point.
Have a good...
Weaving those ends, and we will talk to you all again later.
Yes.
Bye.